This is Daniel Hutchins, and today we're going to be talking about an article from our friend Screen Rant. So today from Screen Rant, we're going to be talking about Kang's biggest difference to Thanos. So Loki writer reveals Kang's biggest difference to Thanos. This was 4 hours ago, so here we go. Loki writer breaks down the biggest difference between Kang the Conqueror and Thanos. The recently concluded Marvel Studios series debuted He Who Remains, who's behind the creation of TVA. His arrival sets up the eventual debut of more evil variant, who's tipped to be the primary bad guy in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Okay, so with only 4 projects in Phase 4, it's still too early to predict MCU's next overarching narrative. But with WandaVision, The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Black Widow had mostly self-contained character-driven narratives, the events of Loki are expected to shape the future of the franchise moving forward. Aside from the birth of the multiverse, which will factor in projects such as What If and Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the arrival of He Who Remains is the gateway to the subsequent introduction of Kang the Conqueror, who is believed to be the next Thanos-level villain in the franchise. Given that, though, comparing him to the Mad Titan is almost inevitable, but while it may take a while before more information about him is revealed, there are already some key distinctions between these bad guys. Related to this article is how Loki's villain can become the Avengers 5 Big Bad, and why he's perfect. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about something else. So during his guest appearance at the Playlist podcast, Waldron broke down the main difference between Kang the Conqueror and Thanos from the get-go. According to Loki writer, fans can expect the new MCU villain to be more erratic than his predecessor. If there's a rhyme and reason to the Mad Titan's evil plans, the time-traveling bad guy will be more chaotic. The exciting thing about getting to originate a character on a page in the MCU was sort of creating a totally different energy than what Thanos was, which is measured and principled almost monk-like in his evil inspirations. And obviously, He Who Remains is much more squirrely, chaotic, narcissistic presence, and so that was a lot of fun. Okay, so assuming that Kang is indeed the MCU's next big bad, it's almost imperative that Marvel Studios introduces him to a significantly different villain. That way, it doesn't feel like it's just a repeat of what they've previously done. Admittedly, though, Thanos' original motivation wasn't as complicated as it turned out to be. But as in the comics, his plans were driven by wanting the Court Lady Death. But as the Infinity Saga went on, he became a more apathetic villain. Granted that, ultimately, what he wanted to do was wrong. At least he tried justifying it with an explanation that some may find understandable. But for Kang the Conqueror, however, it seems like he will be a straight-up villainous, which could be fun to watch as the heroes grapple to fight him. The fact that versions of him are being introduced early on in this next storytelling chapter also means that he would already be properly established by the time he potentially fights the Avengers in the foreseeable future. So it may still be too early to be certain what MCU's next Infinity Saga would be. Therefore, there are still a couple of projects in the pipeline that could better springboard the franchise's new overall narrative. But it's also safe to say that whatever the future looks like for the universe, Kang the Conqueror will be an integral player in it. Aside from his confirmed appearance in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, he's also largely expected to be involved in Loki Season 2. So okay guys, that's just a little bit of some information I want to share with y'all. Just a little quick one for you. If you guys like this content, please hit that thumbs up button and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.